Oh, yes. Quick hitters, hitting it hard, hitting it fast. Oh, it is the Maddie Daddy. It is Monday night, and it's time for some delight. You see him over there. That's right. Oh, Brandon Aiyuk. And this is a guy everybody has on their mind. They don't know what they're going to get. But tonight we break it down, and it's not just the Maddie Daddy. I'm going for two. I go anywhere and everywhere. You know, the Sports Me app is blowing up. And there's only one guy we can thank to that. Drop the mother trucking Mike.
What's going on, Matty Daddy? Thank you for having me, and let's get in on this thing.
All day, every day, dude. Drop the mic, dude. Going for two, writes articles out the wazoo. This guy is your fantasy football analyst expert. You can find him on Rum Boys, Sports Me. Like I said, this guy puts in the work and does the time, and we are talking Brandon Aiyuk. So kind of fill us in on last year, Brandon Aiyuk. Just kind of what happened with this guy.
All right, so I've been trying to get into a little bit more numbers this summer. I'm more of a I look and like what I see kind of guy, but I've been trying to do a little bit of numbers more just so I can have a better sense of, what players do on the field. And one thing I love about Brandon Aiyuk, his ADOT was 9.0 yards a game or catch. And that is, the stats I have are only through weeks 16 just because of the fantasy season.
Right.
He had a 9.0 ADOT, 23% target share for a rookie. Yes, I know Kittle was out. Yes, I know Debo is hurt. We'll get to more about that later. But for a rookie to have 23% target share and a 62% catch rate, he had 60 catches on 97 targets, 748 yards in 12 games, Matty. That was only in 12 games that he played.
And he was wide receiver, 35, 34 on the year?
Something like that.
Missed 4 games, dude. Like, this is a rookie showing this much upside. But, dude, it is his rookie year. We're talking this year. So let's get into this new look San Francisco offense. Fill us in on these pieces right here, baby.
So, personally, the quarterback situation, I do think Jimmy G is going to start the season, but I don't think he'll be the starter after week 4 or 5. The running back situation, you got Mostert and Sermon, but if Mostert doesn't do great, after this season, I know we're talking about this season, but I do want to bring this up. After this season, the only 2 running backs that are under contract are Sermon and the other rookie, Elijah Mitchell. So if Mostert doesn't do anything this year, they're probably going to let him go. And then at wide receiver, if Deebo Samuel comes back healthy, that's another situation. But we all know that this offense runs through George Kittle.
George Kittle, Brandon Aiyuk. We got Samuel, who can't stay healthy. Mostert and Sermon. But this is a Kyle Shanahan offense, and we do see Trey Lance. We see what Aiyuk did last year in limited time, dude. You got to think the snap share, the targets, everything should increase. So before we get to an end-of-the-year ranking, we know these offensive pieces are sexy. We know Kittle's there. We get that. But let's talk a little trades, my man. Let's talk dynasty. Let's talk these guys and how we're valuing Aiyuk compared to some other players. So we're going to go the rebuild route, and we're going to go the competing route. Let's say Aiyuk is your wide receiver 3, maybe wide receiver 4. You are in need of a tight end, good sir. You were a competing team. Mark Andrews, currently the tight end 4 last year, been very consistent. Is this a move you're willing to make for Mark Andrews?
If I'm going for the win, I will take Mark Andrews over Brandon Aiyuk.
Okay.
Purely because he's steady, and if you know you need a tight end because you don't have a top 10 tight end or something like that, and that'll get you over the hump, it's easier to find a wide receiver that'll help you out than a tight end.
Absolutely. We just discussed Mark Andrews on the last episode with the Flex Bros talking all things tight ends. I didn't realize this guy's been one of the most complete tight ends in the game as much as everybody's out on this guy. But other side of the spectrum, man. You just saw what Aiyuk did. You saw Andrews kind of had a down year. You were a rebuild. You have Andrews, but you just drafted Kyle Pitts, that nice, shiny tight end that everybody wants to be the best. Aiyuk is sitting there in a trade proposal. You just got to lose Andrews. What are your thoughts here?
So I'm losing Aiyuk and getting Andrews?
No. This is
the other
this
way.
is rebuild. You're getting Aiyuk. You're giving up Andrews because you have another tight end in Pitts. And let's say
I'm doing that. I'm doing that all day. I'm doing that
all day. So it's situation based.
It's situation. And the other thing that I think that needs to get brought up in this situation based discussion is Lamar Jackson. I think he is the reason that some people are out or in on Andrews. And he's one of the reasons I'm a little down on Andrews. I have Andrews in Dynasty. I know we're not talking about Andrews, but in Dynasty, I have Andrews one spot behind Hawkinson.
Right.
And that's because of Lamar.
Absolutely. Lamar's that question mark because we have worried about him as a passer. I'm in the same boat. I love Andrews. I love the value you're getting at him, but what you saw in Aiyuk with straight fire and Lance, if he opens up those deep targets, good Lord, good googly moogly. But we talk tight ends. We've talked receivers. Let's move it to another spectrum. Everybody knows how hard it is to get an RB. So here's a good one. Everybody is crapping on Josh Jacobs' Cheerios. They do not want to touch this guy. They think Drake's coming in town, split backfield. He has lost immense value in the dynasty community. If you're a competing team and you need an RB, is Jacobs enough for you to sell Aiyuk?
Nope.
All right.
And it's not Jacobs. Yes, Jacobs is part of the issue, but bringing Drake in doesn't help a situation. But the issue that I have is Chucky as the coach. He does not know how to use these. He does not know how to use this guy's right. He didn't use Jacobs right last year. Who just because he brings in Drake doesn't mean he's going to all of a sudden wake up and go, oh, I know how to use two running backs. He didn't know how to use one last year.
Absolutely. I think that's kind of been what we saw. We invested all our eggs in one basket with Jacobs. And now it's to get out while the going's good before the whole ceiling falls off, because Drake is a good RB. He might not be a 3-down workhorse, but if he's coming in for a pass work in PPR leagues, this might hurt Jacobs quite a bit. Yeah. So let's start the rebuild mode. Let's say you have Jacobs and you're getting offered Aiyuk. You're just not a good team, but Jacobs is your RB1. Your second RB is your rebuild team. Let's just say A.J. Dillon. What are you doing here? Are you just saying, hey, I'll wait till next year on RBs, give me Aiyuk? Or are you saying, no, I need more?
No, I might want a little bit more, but not a lot more, because here's the other thing that I think is going to happen. If Derek Carr is not there after next year, I think this team is in a complete rebuild, and I don't want a running back with a rebuild quarterback, because stack the box. That's what's going to happen if they don't know who their QB is.
Yeah, so maybe the worry for Jacobs is relevant to what everybody's seeing. This guy, maybe his best years are already behind him. Dude, this was quick hitters. This was all gas, no brakes. But we need to finish this up with how you see this transpiring. Let's say Lance is the quarterback. Let's see everything goes the way you think it's going to go. Where do you see Brandon Aiyuk finishing this year?
Okay, so right now I have him ranked. I looked last night when we discussed who we were going to talk about. And right now I have him ranked at number 20 and right around tied at 2021. But I believe that Kittle people are worried about his outlook with Kittle on the field. I don't think it hits him as much, because it's going to take guys away from him instead of guys targeting him. When Kittle was hurt last year, he was able to succeed without Kittle on the field, but now Kittle's going to get double teamed.
Got you.
So it's going to bring guys down the middle, and it's going to open them up, because Debo is the short guy. We know that. So my upside right now is I think he could end up, and this is why I picked him when you gave me the option to pick my guy, I think he could end up 12 to 15.
Gotcha. 12 to, ooh, that is hot, man. That's spicy. That is putting fire or gas on the flame. This is
I
Aiyuk
mean,
season.
that's high end. I mean, more. I mean, I think he'll be a top 20 wide receiver.
Top 20 wide receiver. So if you're playing dynasty football, you do not sell this man. He
No.
has that upside. Like we said, Debo can't stay on the field. Kittle can't stay on the field. You got Trey Lance and Kyle Shanahan. This is a hot buy, man. This is Aiyuk season. Go out and get this guy. I'm right there with Mike. I'm dropping it. It is hot. This is Aiyuk territory. Quick hitters, all gas, no brakes. Mike, going for 2. Dropping Mike, sports me, anything and everything. Is there anything I'm leaving out here? Where can they find your ass?
That's it. Right now it's goingfor2.com, sports me, and I just started doing rankings for goingfor2.com.
Whoa.
This offseason redraft and dynasty.
Mike's one of my favorite fantasy analysts in the community. If you can follow him, just pick his brain, man. He is a student of the game. You will see more of Drop the Mic as the season goes. This is one of my favorites. If you haven't checked our Superflex rookie mock, he was part of that with Cal. All gas, no brakes, quick hitters, baby. Till next time. Ooh, ooh.